And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, a rather good evening, as we are here under the lights at Veltin's Arena for Chase Race number 6 of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series. Getting ready here for what's sure to be a wild one to cap off our only dirt track race weekend here of the season. I'm being joined here in the commentator's booth by our Mobile Cup Series winner here last night. Charles Jackson joins me in the booth.
Hey everybody, I'm here.
Well, Charles, this is our only dirt track race, as I said, and you won here last night. How different is it racing on dirt than it is on asphalt and concrete on the regular NASCAR tracks? What's the different factors that come into play for dirt track racing?
Different factors at dirt track racing is you can make a slide job on people. Like if you ever watch the Eldora truck race, they make slide jobs when they go on the bottom of the racetrack and they slide up in front of somebody. At this type of track, I believe you could do that to make passes that you can't really do at the high-speed asphalt and concrete tracks.
We saw you in the Mobile Cup Series race have difficulty with some lap traffic because this is a really short track, and it doesn't take long, especially with there being no cautions, for the leaders to catch up to the tail end of the lead lap. How hard is it to be able to get by those lap cars, or was it actually quite easy to be able to make your way through traffic?
Oh man, it was pretty hard. These guys raced me pretty hard. They wanted every inch of the racetrack. You might have to give your bumper to those guys, but make sure you don't use too much because you can wreck yourself very easily at this place.
All right, well, track position is something we've seen come into play here in the last 2 races, and we got a couple of chasers, actually 3 chasers, up inside the top 6 trying to take advantage of that. We got Noah Hart starting on the pole position, so he's qualified into next season's Sprint Unlimited. And Noah Hart ended up having a decent finish of 3rd place last week at Lime Rock. It's actually moved him up to 6th in the stands, and he's only 23 points out. So good opportunity for him here. He's going to try and pick up Audi's 4th ever victory since making their debut in the NCRA. Ian Dutta lines up in 3rd place, and Dutta is 11th in the points. He's a total of 41 points back. And then you got Jacob Lawler lining up in 6th position. Lawler is 5th in the standings, a total of 19 points back. I think it might be safe to say, because we know pit strategy won't come into play, they won't have to make pit stops, there'll be no yellow flags. These guys are going to be the ones that may be able to benefit the most here from starting up near the front.
Yeah, track position is really big, and especially at this track, because if you start in the back, you're going to have all the factors of getting involved in a wreck or, getting your day done real early here. So starting up in the front is big key for these chase guys.
Alright, so we're getting ready to get these cars rolling off. As they get ready to roll off, we'll show you your starting grid at the top of your screen. John Cittadino comes in as the points leader here today as far as the chase points. 14 points over Anthony McCurry, total of 16 points over Chris Washer, and then a total of 19 points over Joshua Collard and Jacob Lawler. And then, as we said, Noah Hart, 23 points out. Yeah, as they get bunched up here. And one thing we saw on the start of the Truck Series race was some of the drivers jumped the gun before the pole sitter got around. You gotta hope Drew Austin, Jake Cole, they wait for Noah to come around before we go green.
I don't think they want to wait for him.
Noah Hart's got to get up there. And we're green, and I think Drew Austin may have jumped it.
Oh, 4 wide. Wow, they're testy.
Yeah, and I saw these guys do this in the Mobile Cup Series race yesterday, too, and they actually made it work. I've never seen 4 wide at a dirt track, but they are able to do it.
Man. Jacob Lawler still stuck in the middle there.
Yep, Noah Hart trying to get around the high side. And, yep, looks like Jake Cole and Drew Austin did indeed jump the start. They're now being scored on the tail end of the lead lap. Is Trent Dunham? I think he started 8th, and now he's up to the lead.
Wow, that's a tough break for those 2 guys, man, because they started up front. They just didn't use their head on the start. Why would you pass the leader is my question.
Yeah, they had that same trouble in Truck's Mobile one. They actually were able to do it correctly. They waited for the leader to come and then got underway. But, they just, I guess, didn't want to wait for Noah Hart, and it's cost them dearly. Is right now, Trent Dunham leading the way here, and not normally the guy you'd think about being up at the front of a dirt track.
Oh, man, Trent's of many wonders. He's got sun chips on the car, So he probably got sun chips powers, so he could do anything.
Right now, highest running chaser at the current moment is Jacob Lawler in second place. Let's find out where the points leader coming to this race, John Cittadino, is.
I think he's starting in the back.
Yeah, he's 25th. He's actually side by side right now with the guy that's trying to run him down for the points lead, Anthony McCurry. So, pretty good battle going on here. Pichu London's around. But he drives away. We're not going caution. He was able to keep it going. Don't know what happened to the 14. But he's back now in the 31st position. But as you can see, he didn't lose the group of cars. He's still up here in this whole big pack.
And he didn't lose his step right there. He just kept on in and then kept going.
Let's see if there's any chasers back here struggling. Yeah, there are a couple back here. Got Dylan Poteet, Bob Jones. I saw Collar just ahead, and there's Harrison Langford. And there's the leader. As I said, it's a short track, so it doesn't take long for the leader to catch up here when they're all bunched up from about last place. So Trent could encounter some lap traffic here in a moment.
If I was Trent's crew chief, I'd tell him, simmer down here. You don't need to race these guys too hard or you wreck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's good advice. The only problem is we've seen as soon as that leader starts to kind of lay back and not really start going after these cars in the tail of the lead lap, second place driver, third place driver, they all just start coming right up into the picture then. So Trent would love to probably be able to put some lap cars between himself and Jacob Lawler because he's got himself a pretty good advantage. And look who just moved up into second. Megan Atkins is now the second place driver for Michael Norman Motorsports. So she's come from out of nowhere.
Yeah, she looked like she gained momentum on those guys and made some big moves to get up there.
Right now, Noah Hart is the highest running chaser now. Don't know what happened to Jacob Lawler, and look who else is moving his way up. Michael Norman, two-time winner of the season, won at Lime Rock last week. He's got a lot of momentum on his side coming into tonight's race.
Yes, he is, and there is Sean Henley and Richard Johnson right behind him.
Yeah, Henley, I believe right now, is the second highest running chaser at the current moment in the 7th position. And one guy I was looking at to do well here, and I haven't actually seen him up here at the front yet, is James McLeod. He's the only driver this entire weekend to register 2 straight top 10 finishes. And right now he's running back here behind Austin LaPlante in the 26th position. He apparently is really good at dirt tracks, but we're not quite seeing it out of him here tonight as he didn't have the best of qualifying spots apparently.
Yeah, his team really struggled in qualifying, and that's what hindered his run up at the front right now.
Well, we saw where Cittadino and McCurry were. How about third in points? Chris Washer, two-time winner. Well, he's having a pretty good day. Right now running just ahead of his teammate Charles Jackson out of Everham Mayonnaise Racing. He's in the 15th position right now.
Oh, man. I made sure me and Chris, I had some mayonnaise before this race, and we are energized for this one.
So Chris Washer takes the mayonnaise too, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's part of team orders. And you have to take mayonnaise. If you don't, Awesome. No, I'm kidding.
A little inside information from Everham Mayonnaise Racing. As up ahead there, Jacob Lawler, there's where he slipped back to. He's now in 11th place, trying to run down Jake Cole, and Danny Wells running right behind him. I think we've, in a way, almost established Danny Wells will probably not battle for the championship now, as he is over 100 points out of the top position. I mean, there's still a slight chance if he gets on a roll, picks up a win, and gets really consistent runs heading into Zenjoltis, but the clock is ticking and time is running out right now for that 31 team.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much out of it. He's pretty much too far back right now. He would need a Christmas miracle to get him back up there.
Pretty much, as we're going to try and find Anthony McCurry, because I did not see him around John Cittadino. Oh, wow, he's all the way back in the 35th position. He's now a lap down as Trent Dunham has gone by him. That's not what Anthony McCurry needed right now, as he's trying to run down John Cittadino. And I don't think McCurry would mind finishing a lap down if he finished ahead of Cittadino in the 72, because, basically looking at the big picture, he's trying to battle for the championship, not win this race.
Yeah, and most of these chases are really, really falling here today. I'm very surprised at how bad some of them are doing right now.
Yeah, I think Poteet is just barely on the tail end of the lead lap. Harrison Langford's just ahead of leader Trent Dunham, and I believe Anthony McCurry and Bob Jones have already fallen a lap down to the leaders, and I saw Sanford up there too, and he's 8th in chase points, so number of these drivers really struggling, and Trent Dunham has done a good job with lap traffic. McCurry, Shelton, Nick Barney, Bob Jones, they're all a lap down before you get to the second place car of Megan Atkins, so Atkins has got a lot of work to do before she can even think about battling for the win.
Definitely. She got a horde of lap cars that aren't going to give her any slack, so she's going to have to use the bumper.
Mary Cole ended up finishing very decently last week at Lime Rock. She's been actually turning up the heat lately. She was a 2-time winner last season for Tweenix Racing. No wins so far this season for Joe Gibbs Racing, and she's about to maybe lose 3rd place to Noah Hart. This is a big opportunity for Noah Hart because right now he's en route to what could be back-to-back top 5 finishes. And this is a guy who I believe was as far down as 13th out of the 14 chasers. He's all of a sudden gotten himself right back up mathematically in the title hunt.
Yeah, man, that's what can happen if if you keep a streak going and you know what you gotta do every race, you could be right back up in the hunt with everybody else.
And there's Sean Henley. He's making some moves now, going underneath of Sean Galligan. I believe that would be for the 6th position, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm wrong. That'd be for 5th place. So right now, Noah Hart and Sean Henley appear to be the 2 chasers that have gotten this track figured out, at least tonight. And they could stand to benefit, as Hart was 6th in points and Henley was 9th in points coming into this race. And Henley's been here before. He's a former Snickers Cup Series champ. He knows what has to be done.
Yeah, I talked to Sean before this race, and he said, man, I just got to pace myself. And if I do that, I could be right back up in the championship to go for another one.
Well, Trent Dunham, right now, he is the man of the hour as he has been doing a tremendous job. He's now put Sanford a lap down, Kyle Matthews a lap down. It seems like whoever's in front of him, he's able to pass him, and he's got a lot of distance between himself and 2nd place now.
And Citadino, how many laps down is he? He's 1?
I don't think Citadino's gone a lap down yet. He's just barely on the tail end of the lead lap, and that's his teammate in the lead right there, so you got to wonder what's going to happen as far as that's concerned.
And Trent might lap the whole field the way he's going right now.
He could. I mean, he's just lapped Pichu London. He's now coming up on Levi McIntyre. He's got himself one strong machine, and I'm pretty certain these guys are racing him hard to stay on the tail end of the lead lap, but Trent's just that much better. He's got himself one solid piece, and I think we basically saw that with how he moved himself. I think he started this race in 8th place, and by the time we came down to the green flag and then complete the first lap, he was already up in the lead. He knew he had a good car from the very start of this event.
I think Trent Dunham has the Jimmy Johnson aura around him, just dominating.
Apparently so, because this is great running for Trent, and Trent's actually not gone to victory lane yet this season in the Snickers Cup. He's currently 24th in points, and he really could use a victory here. He's only got 1 win on Season 7, and that was the Truck Series race, I believe it was at Spartan. So this would be a big, big win for Trent Dunham, as right now, I'm going to try and see if we can figure out what the point scenario is right now. Now, we know Citadino is running just ahead of Trent. He's in the 28th position. In order for Anthony McCurry to have the points lead away from him, McCurry would have to be running 14 spots better, and we know he's not because he's running behind John Citadino at the current moment. For Chris Washer to take the lead, he'd have to be 16 spots ahead, so he'd have to be running in 12th or better. Let's see where he's running.
He was running somewhere up there.
He's 15th, so he's probably at the moment about maybe 3-4 points back according to our live standings. And I don't think Joshua Collard is running any better than that, because I think Collard may have actually fallen a lap down. He's on the tail of the lead lap, but he's in 24th place. So right now, the points battle appears to possibly be going on between Chris Washer and John Citadino. So what Citadino's got to hope... Whoop, hit the wrong one. He just went a lap down, actually, to his teammate. So maybe what Citadino can hope for is if Trent Dunham can make a hold of the inside of these guys, that's positions that Citadino could pick up here.
Yeah, Trent looks like he's about to lap all his teammates because he's coming up on that 42 with Andre Erickson.
That's right. Erickson had a tough run last week at Lime Rock. Looked like she was en route to a great finish and got taken out late. And you see back there, Citadino, he was trying to get to the inside of James McLeod, keep that hole open that his teammate had made. Now here he comes to the inside. This could be strategy, because, we know Citadino won't win this race. He's now a lap down, but his teammate, who is more than likely going to win this race, he could help John Citadino gain points in the standings. Because as we know, when it comes to the championship, every position counts.
Definitely, and if you could find a window of opportunity, you should jump right out of. Well, I'm not telling anybody to jump out of the window, but you know.
Don't give people the message to jump out the window. That's bad.
Oh my God, don't do that.
Trent Dunham now working on Andrea Erickson. Dylan Poteet just ahead. Poteet's actually 7th in the point standings coming into this race. We haven't really talked much about him. He's only 25 points out, so he's still in the title hunt. But I think for the most part, we can safely say the only drivers that have really figured this track out as far as chasers are still Noah Hart and Sean Henley. Everybody else seems to be struggling, with the possible exception of Chris Washer, who's just been outside the top 10 for most of this event.
Yes, Chris Washer is pretty much one of those. He's one of those guys that he makes a statement when it's needed, and that is why he's a good driver on our team. He makes a statement at all moments.
When we hit the stripe here, Trent Dunham's only got a total of 8 more laps to go. Let's try and find what the top 10 looks like. Trent is the leader. Second place driver is all the way back here, and that is Megan Atkins still. She is way back, a long ways back, and I don't think there's any possibility of her winning this thing, but she could come away with second.
A good run for her.
Third place right now is Noah Hart. Mary Cole's in 4th. Cole Daly, nice run for him in 5th place. If I'm not mistaken, I believe his last victory ended up coming at Stunt Road last season, and that was a dirt track, so he's obviously got dirt tracks figured out.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He's in 5th position right now. Sean Galligan runs in 6th with his teammate Sean Henley behind him in 7th. Very unusual to see Ralph Mason up here at a dirt track. He's running in 8th. Richard Johnson 9th. And Jacob Lawler. Now, he's a chaser that's actually having a good run. He's in 10th place. And I just saw Ian Dutta back there in 12th. So we got a couple more chasers to add up there in the list with the likes of Washer and Noah Hart and Henley.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Lamas. He's in 13th. Then you got 14th Danny Wells and William Duncan. Now completing the top 15 is Trent Dunham's got only 4 more laps to go, 3 when he hits the stripe. I think we can safely say, with the number of lap cars between himself and Megan Atkins, Trent Dunham's got this thing in the bag.
Yeah, man, he probably didn't even expect that he was going to win this race today. He just goes out here and just does this. That is pretty impressive.
That is indeed Trent Dunham, who, if I remember correctly, ended up spinning around the Truck Series race, but came away with a fairly decent finish in the Moldman Cup Series race, has just 1 more lap around this kidney bean-shaped dirt track, and he has got, I think I counted about 10, 11 cars between himself and Megan Atkins. He dominates here tonight, and Trent Dunham is going to win the Tonka 400 at Veltin's Arena.
And I have to do this for Trent because he won the race. Sun chips, eat them. They are delicious.
Oh, boy. So Trent Dunham picks up what will be his 5th career Snickers Cup Series victory, and that will tie him for 3rd highest number of wins in Snickers Cup Series history, and it's amazingly enough his first victory of Season 7, and everybody having trouble getting up that big hump to pit road. We've seen that all weekend long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they all start to go crazy and have fun here after this race is over. Typical dirt track, I guess.
I guess Trent's doing a victory lap.
I guess so. And, well, he was going to try and get to pit road, but, well, maybe he will. No, I think he got stuck.
They could bring victory lane to him.
There you go. I'm not even sure where the victory lane is at this track. They may not even have one.
I guess everybody just wants to park on that bank right there, you know?
I guess so. So Trent Dunham is going to pick up the victory here today. Let's take a look at our official top 10 results. Megan Atkins, great run for her. I think that's actually her best finish of the season in second place. Noah Hart, highest finishing chaser of the day in third. He's got back-to-back third-place finishes, actually, in the last 2 weeks.
That is momentum on his side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cole Daly, he'll finish in fourth place. I'm not certain, but that might be his best finish of the season. Mary Cole, back-to-back top 5 finishes for her in the past 2 weeks in fifth. Galligan got 6th. Ralph Mason was able to get 7th away from Sean Henley at closing stages. Henley finished in 8th. 9th was Richard Johnson, and look at this. Ian Dutta was able to get 10th place away from Jacob Lawler, so he'll finish in the top 10 here. So 3 chasers finish out the evening in the top 10. Those 3 could be the ones to watch as far as where they'll be in the point standings heading to next week.
Definitely, and I keep my eye on Sean, because Sean's really the closer late in the season.
Absolutely. I mean, Sean Henley, we've seen him do this before back in season, I believe it was season 4, and we know Henley knows how to be in the right place at the right time, and he's one of 2 former Snickers Cup Series champs in this chase, so yeah, definitely keep an eye on him. Let's find out where the rest of our chasers finished out this race. Jacob Lawler will finish in 11th. Danny Wells in 14th. Chris Washer finished out the evening in 16th place. We'll have to see where that is in relation where Citadino finished in just a moment. As further down, Joshua Collard was 23rd. Andrea Erickson finished last car in the lead lap in 26th. Poteet finished a lap down in 27th. McCurry was 28th. Citadino 29th. And then the rest of the drivers that finished a lap down were Charles Sanford in 33rd, Harrison Langford in 35th, and Bob Jones finished in 38th, 1 lap down. Now, Citadino finished in 29th. Chris Washer finished in 16th. That's 13 points difference, which means that Chris Washer is still going to be behind John Citadino by 3 points heading into next week's race at Texas Motor Speedway. So, I'll tell you, Veltin's Arena actually made the point standings separate in the Truck Series and Mobile Cup Series events. Not here tonight. It really closed them up.
Oh, wow. It sure did.
And it's going to be interesting, too. Jacob Lawler, he finished 11th, so he gained 18 spots on Citadino, and I believe, according to what I'm seeing here for that, he would be... Well, according to this, it's saying that he would actually be 1 point behind John Citadino. I think Lawler just jumped up to second in points, and then you got to throw Noah Hart into the mix. I don't even know who's going to be the points leader. It's going to be close between Citadino, Hart, Lawler, and Washer.
This is very confusing and very
Boy, I would safely say there's going to be maybe at the most 10 points separating those 4 drivers heading next week. So Veltin's completely different from what it's done all weekend. It closes the points up big time, and these drivers, they're heading next week to a very fast 1.5-mile racetrack of Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and that's pretty critical track for most of you guys. They need to have a good run and try to get away from that close competition.
Absolutely. But, Charles, I want to thank you for joining me here tonight for this dirt track race.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys want to check out Charles Jackson's channel, he's got some great series he runs over there. The link to his channel is in the description. Be sure to head over there and subscribe if you haven't already. And we hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finish results, overall point standings, rookie points, and chase points heading into next week's race at Texas. The season is winding down. After Texas, we head to Thornton, Talladega, and then, of course, the season finale at Zen-Joltis. We're getting one step closer to having 3 new champions get crowned here in the NNSCRA.
Oh, yeah. I have one more thing to say.
Go for it.
Eat some mayo, and it keeps the doctor away. I'm done.
Okay, so apparently mayonnaise is taking the place of apples now. Never knew that.
It's very healthy for your health.
Ah, gotcha. All right, so we will see you guys next time here on the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.